Yo, hello and welcome to this video, guys. I just wanted to make a quick video about defensive jungle pathing, which I think is a subject that a lot of junglers are struggling with or don't even know about, and it's also something that I used to struggle with a lot in my solo queue games as well as in my professional competitive games. Um, so I really took the time to learn this concept, and I just played a game in like 200 LP Masters on my low intensity account, um, which I want to use to showcase the defensive jungle pathing fundamental. Um, so first of all, what is defensive jungle pathing? That is when you have to skip camps and path in a way where you are not invadable and you are covering your or maybe you are invadable, but you will not die in your own jungle. You know, maybe you lose the camp, but you will not get caught off guard and die, and you are gonna cover your weak laners. So I wanna take this game as an example. Um, as I said, it's like my low intensity account, so this is like I just play whatever on this account, like limit test and all blah blah blah. So I like traded with my mid laner and I first picked, or like really early picked Echo, just for fun. I wanted to play Echo Red, and then this draft came into existence, where first of all, so we have like top tank matchups. Tank versus tank is like whatever. Then we have Kassadin versus Vex, which I think Kassadin like kind of outscaled Vex, like he outscales her, but Vex will have early like priority pressure the whole early game. Um, yeah, jungle matchup, by the way, is like Echo versus Wukong, which is also like I do outscale him, but he's stronger early, so the mid jungle is like really doomed. There's no way we will ever win a 2v2. We are also double AP, so they're just much stronger. Then on bot lane we have Jinx Lulu versus Kalista Nami. Also their bot lane early game much stronger, right? But we outscale them. So basically we are like a full scaling team, um, and they are more like early mid game oriented. So basically, like this is a type of game that I would have said previously. I would have said this is unplayable in quotation marks, or not even in quotation marks. I would have just deemed this game unplayable because I'm the type of jungler that wants to play aggressive, and I want to dictate the game pace, the game flow. Want to play ideally maybe through mid, you know, just play like aggressive, invade enemy jungle, set up dives, etc., etc. That is the kind of League of Legends that I would like to play ideally. But obviously that is not always the case, and so you have to know how to play these types of games as well. You could also, of course, just dodge them. Like previously, if I was like full tryharding, I would probably dodge a game like this. But it's always good to know how to play accordingly to the team compositions and how to path defensively. Um, so if you think about this game, right, um, you have to think what is the objective here? What is the goal? The objective is we want to scale, right? We want to outscale the enemies. We want to minimize. Sorry for those sounds. We want to minimize our losses in the early game, right? Um, so, as I said, there's like a tank matchup on top lane, so you can think like no one on both teams, like neither jungler, would care about that a lot. As I said previously, their mid lane will have prio and their bot lane will have prio. So there's like immediately like a red like alarm should be in your head in this case, where it's like bot side is gonna be really hard to do anything since they have mid and bot prio, right? They could invade you on bot side. They could set up a bot lane dive with their mid laner and jungler. There are a few options. So what some people that I've coached would say in a situation like this is, okay, screw it, I'm just gonna puff top lane so that I will not be invaded on my bot side camps, right? Which is a very bad option because then your bot lane will basically be a free dive against any kind of competent players, right? Vex will get prio, move to bot side, and just kill them, just dive them, right? So now the defensive jungle path thing comes into play, right? So what I did this game is I started blue, I did Gromp, and then I immediately, I'm just gonna skip a bit, immediately went to my red buff. So this way I will not, so I'm skipping wolves and raptors, so I will not be invaded by Wukong on this red buff. Because of course, what Wukong wants to do, I'm gonna pull out my epic pen here. As I previously said, he wants to play bot side, right? So he probably does a pathing like this. Red, Crux, Raptors into, boom, walking into my jungle, right? So I want to take this red buff away before Wukong arrives here, which I'm doing. I'm also dropping a ward here, so this is not optimal. The ward could be a bit better, but doesn't really matter now. Just so I can spot him when he enters. And lo and behold, we should see him. Yeah, there he is. He's entering. Of course, he wants to play here. So I'm taking away the red buff. My bot lane is pinging to move here, which is like, okay, but I don't really want to fight, right? I just want to cover. I just want to make sure I take this red, take those Crux in a second, and I make sure that my bot lane is not getting dove. If he would have committed like harder here, like walk into the bush, right? I placed my W here in case he would actually face check this. Then we could look to kill him probably, since Kalista is still on the wave, but he didn't, so all good. I'm taking Cruxy, so now I'm just assuming he's taking my Raptors, which is fine. I just lose like one camp, being chilling. My bot lane is fine. And yeah, that's like basically the goal of the first clear was just to make sure my bot lane is not getting dove, which I achieved now. Here I'm even, so now it's basically like, since I didn't see Wukong cross this ward that I placed earlier, it means like he's most likely on Raptors here. He kind of has no other play, right? If you think about it, there's nothing else to do. So I actually used this opportunity to look to gank bot lane here. Didn't really work out, but it's completely fine. Like I didn't want to overextend either, right? So now we see Wukong again. The wave is bouncing on bot lane, or should be bouncing, but I think it's pretty even on the lane, so it's like a super slow bounce at all. It probably won't be bounced because Kalista will like hit minions to trade. So my bot lane is being chilling basically. If this was a harder bounce, then I might have to like stay here and make sure they will not get ganked on this bounce. But in this situation, I just thought they will be fine. And yeah, from here on out, I just I will try to take top crab. It depends on what Wukong does, of course. Now we see Wukong cross, go for the double scuttle. So I will, of course, not contest that. And I will just like keep clearing my camps as safely as possible. And yeah, try, you know, just try to scale. Like we're already in a good spot. Like Vex randomly died somehow to Keston, I don't know. And we're just already in a good spot. Like we didn't fall behind in the early game. Keston got a random kill, which is random, but it's of course super good for the game. But yeah. So basically I sacrificed like a full clear, what you would maybe usually do on a carry jungle like Echo. Skipping camps, you know, sacrificing myself a bit to just defend my weak laners. Also what some people might do is like a level 3 gank with Echo, right? But I have a Cassidy in mid lane. It's okay, Vex has no dash, so we might get her flash on the gank, but it's literally not worth, because I will be... my position will be exposed, and I will be too late to be bot lane, and Wukong knows where I am, he can invade me afterwards, so it's really not worth to go for a gank like that. And here also just, of course I'm pathing bot again, and these guys traded really low, so I just got a free kill for myself. Great, like we are in a perfect spot here, and we ended up winning the game relatively fast. We did some fuck ups in the mid game, but okay, Kassing gets another random kill, but yeah. That's basically how you can win these types of games, right? Probably like first Drake, I think we drop because they're like still stronger than us on first Drake, but I do think I got like a random Herald because Wukong overstayed bot side, but this is already going like a bit further now. I basically just wanted to cover the first clear or maybe the first two clears, um, and show you guys how to defensively path in the jungle in those types of games where you have like full scaling teammates. Oh, just to add onto that, like I did get the Herald here right. Um, in a case like this, it's very, very crucial to assess bot lane wave state, which in this case is a slow push into our turret, right? They're gonna crash a wave. So I immediately reset and walk bot lane. Reason being is, I reveal my position by taking Herald, right? Everyone knows I'm here, I just took Herald. And they are stacking a wave, basically very big indicator that they will dive. They know I'm not there and they have a stacked wave, right? So I immediately recall and walk bot lane to prevent the dive. We even see Wukong enter jungle here. What I should have done here, since I'm a little bit late, the wave is already crashing, right? What I should have done here is ping these guys back, ping these guys danger, type in chat, wait for me, right? Because they should just drop literally like 1 minion and the cannon maybe, and then I'm here. So they barely have to drop anything and they lose like a plate, okay? And then I'm here for the counter gank under turret and we will triple kill them, right? But sadly I didn't do it. I didn't ping them back. So they already started diving before I was there. I think it still turned out okay-ish since Kassadin had first move, like he's coming right now. But yeah, that is just very important to always look at the wave states and yeah, path accordingly and like defend your laners from dives, as I previously said already.